Welcome to Alistair Davies Golf. I'm here today joined by Chris Ryan from Chris Ryan Golf to talk to you about our Save Par series. And you'll notice within the kind of description there are various videos we've done in the Save Par series covering sort of bunker shots, chip shots, out rough shots, recovery shots, lob shots, putting. So please make sure you check them all out and make sure you please subscribe to Chris's channel as well as mine. And today in particular, this particular scenario, we're going to talk to you about a plug bunker shot.
Not nice.
No, it does happen occasionally. You generally find obviously the better the sand the less it happens, but it does happen. There are kind of two ways to play a plug bunker shot, and we're going to talk to you today mostly about the running bunker shot, okay, how we play this. And in theory, Chris, it's probably the easiest shot to play in golf.
It's the safest shot, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably easier than playing a normal bunker shot, and it's probably easier than playing a pitch shot. You can get away with hitting this shot ever so slightly heavy, and you can get away with obviously hitting it perfectly, and you probably can't get away with hitting it thin with the plugged one, but you can get away with nearly anything else. So what we're going to look to do is how to get this ball out of the green and make it run. The flag we're going to go to is the flag at the back of the green there, so we've got probably about 25 yards.
You've got a bit of room, haven't you?
Yeah, probably about 30 foot of green to work with.
I would say about that. Can't quite see the start of the game. It's about 30 feet. So at least the situation is allowing you to play the shot we want to play. If the flag was much closer, a little bit more tricky, but certainly from that flag there, we can play this hopefully low and running and get a decent result.
Definitely. And essentially what we want to do is get the ball just onto the green and let it release the rest of the way to the hole. And it will do from this lie without too much effort and not too much emphasis on us changing too much to do that.
Exactly.
So I think the key is really, and again, Chris, what we see with a lot of golfers is they probably don't know what to do from here.
I think it's initially, before you even play a shot, it's having an understanding of how the club needs to interact with the sand and how that's different to a normal bunker shot, isn't it? I think that's almost key number one, isn't it? Understanding what we need to change. Yeah,
I guess in the normal bunker shot, we're looking for the club to kind of skid, like a hydrofoil through the sand. And that's how it's kind of designed with the bounce of the club. The more bounce, the more this helps us.
Exactly.
And when we play normal bunker shot, we have the face open. And the face open allows this to skid even more.
Exposes the bounce more, doesn't it?
Correct, yeah. So when we play a bunker shot, we want to create a sharp edge, just kind of the opposite. So again, what I try and do is use the same club. I'll use a sand iron still, but what I'll actually do is de-loft the club, and if sometimes even close the club face to create a sharper edge at the front edge.
Exactly.
If you feel more comfortable not changing the club at a setup, then by all means you can use your pitching wedge instead, because that has less bounce and a sharper edge for you to go at. So what we're going to try and do is change the setup to make sure the club digs into the sand a lot more, and we're going to have to take a little bit more power because the club's digging in.
Correct.
And also we're not going to try and hit the sand really too far behind the ball either, Chris.
Exactly.
Because otherwise we'd have to have arms like Mike Tyson.
Exactly.
So we're going to have to try and judge how much we're going to do what. But it is quite a simple shot.
I think a lot of the things that we can do can be done at setup, which I think for a lot of the viewers is going to be much easier if we can get them to actually make the changes, you know, not mid-swing at setup, rather than trying to maybe set yourself up and then trying to get steeper and that kind of thing. I think if we can do it at setup, it's much easier to get an idea of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think my mantra really to nearly all my coaching is the more things we can change the setup and just do a normal natural swing, the better.
Absolutely.
It's the simplest way to do it, isn't it?
Exactly. Right, what we're going to do then?
So in order to play the shot, then I'm going to stand like I would do for a normal kind of 6-iron shot as regards width of stance. I am probably going to dig my feet in just a touch just to get balance and grip, as you would do in any bunker shot. Ball position-wise with the bunker, we normally move the ball more forward to get that elevation. For this shot, obviously, we're not going to do that. We're going to place the ball pretty much in the center of the stance. If the lie is particularly bad, worse plugged, we might go slightly further back than center. But let's call this one center of the stance to start off with. Again, I'm going to have the club face slightly closed. If I am closing the club face, I am going to aim slightly right to the flag. So in this case, I'm going to aim just a tad right to the flag, face slightly closed. I'm going to put my weight 60% on my front foot. Again, all this leads to really getting the club to dig in and not hit the sand too much before the golf ball. If I kind of move my weight to the right side, I'm going to try and hit the sand before the ball. So I want to make sure I hit the ball and sand almost at the same time. Probably half an inch of sand behind the ball is about ideal. Yeah,
you still want to go sand, but like you say, we don't want to get back and shallow it out too much. All the things we're doing here are to try and steepen the approach. Yeah. And what we can often find is that golfers do a lot of things to steepen it and then undo all those things by
leaning back. Back. They get scared and they think they've got to get the ball out and over the lip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to have basically the handle forward, you know, opposite or inside the left thigh. I said the face slightly closed, the weight forward, and then we're going to try and hit kind of down on the golf ball, but most of that's created by our set, but the weight being left, the ball being back slightly, it all kind of self-creates itself. So let me have a go at a shot, shall I? So, face slightly closed, leaning forward, and then I'm going to hit the ball pretty hard. And you see there it's popped out very hot, very low and running, obviously high enough to get over the lip, and then running away. And the ball, just because the face is closed, the ball might just shoot a little bit left on you. So we just have to allow how much we're going to aim left and right because of that.
I'd say it's one of the shots that golfers don't practice, do they? They
No.
kind of get it in situation on the course and just try and deal with it. And what we can see there is it's definitely going to react differently. So it's a good idea to, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, jump in a bunker, create that situation, play the shot, and just see what happens for you. It will come out, as I said, a bit left, it will come out a little bit lower, and it's kind of just understanding what's going to happen.
I think the key thing to do is make sure you always get it out the bunker.
Yeah.
We always get it in the proximity that gives us a putt
Yeah.
to have a go at the hole. And make sure we get that kind of solid consistency in contact each time, rather than leaving it in the bunker and again making 5, 6, 7.
Exactly.
So get it out of the bunker first time, get it on the green, giving yourself an opportunity to have a putt, and then go from there.
Absolutely.
So just to summarise again, the keys are club face square or slightly closed, depending on how plugged it is. Ball centre, weight left, and hit down on the ball. There'll be a very short fall through because you're hitting down on the ball so much, and it's all kind of created by the pre-swing.
Yep, absolutely. Doing it setup is much easier to do.
Yeah. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you check out the rest of the videos on Chris Ryan's channel as well as mine. And thanks for watching.